Hello again, it's Rider here, and I thought I would do, as promised in my previous video, a review of Transformers The Last Knight Voyager class Megatron. Now, this figure has been a little bit elusive in the UK. I'm not quite sure what its availability is like in other countries, but essentially it's a little bit shocking that, from a marketing point of view anyway, why you would release one of the main characters, the main bad guy, allegedly, in the film, about a month after, well, what are we on now? About 2 or 3 weeks after the cinematic release. No, it's near enough, really, a month since it hit the UK. Got to be about 3 or 4 weeks. So it seems a little bit silly that the Leader Class Megatrons have only just appeared in Smith at a crazy price point of $64.99. If you want to know my thoughts on that, I have done a video on that previously. But yeah, it seems odd to me that the first wave was out just before the film, and that was really exciting, and we're expecting more, and then we just still haven't got it. Whether sales haven't been very good in this country or what, I'm not 100% sure, but hey ho, never mind. He's got here now anyway. So this is the box he comes in. You can see, I love that piece of artwork on the front of the box. I think that's a great image. It comes packaged in robot mode. You've got Transformers here, Premier Edition. In my opinion, I think this is the only figure that even comes close to being Premier, in my opinion, in the line so far. You've got Megatron down there, and as James has rightly pointed out to me, Soundwave 1980, he's got a shield, so I wonder if at some point during his design he was having a shield. I'm not sure. On the back you've got some product shots, and you can see he transforms in 22 steps. And that's really it of note. You've got a set of instructions, as you do with most Transformers. Nice image of Megatron there holding his sword. Only accessory that comes with Megatron is this, his sword. And I am sorry about the light. It's done in like a gunmetal grey type colour. And here he is. This is him in his vehicle mode. I've decided to do the review in his vehicle mode first because some people on Twitter have been asking some questions about the vehicle mode, so I thought this would answer them. As you can see, you've got some coppery mustardy colour paintwork here that goes down here and onto the top. You've got that same colour along here. Bits of like a bluey type silver here. And that's really it for paint. It hasn't got the Cybertronian glyphs on the wing like the Leader class has. The bottom of it, things pack away quite nicely, but you can see where you're going to be going with this and how you're going to be transforming it really. The head's there, the feet are in the wings, the arms are here. Backwise, you've got some little kind of thrusters here, nothing that the Leader class has though. And you can see his feet chilling out on the wing. I think it is a good looking alt mode though. You've got a little bit of red clear plastic there as well, which is quite nice. And I think from the front and from the top, I think it's a pretty decent jet mode and pretty movie accurate. It's only when you get to the underneath and the back, which, let's face it, how many of us are going to display this, A, in this mode full stop, or B, with its back turned to us or upside down. But that's really where it lets it down. But let's not forget, this is a Transformer. The parts need to go somewhere. And here is Megatron in his robot mode. As you can see, he's got a great face sculpt, some red clear plastic and some coppery mustardy colour again on the teeth, with a Decepticon insignia in black right there. It hasn't got any dry brushing on there as such, but it has got some detailed in. There's like a bit of a different tone of silver here. As I say, sorry about the light, it's just the room that I'm in. You have got articulation wise, the head can do a full 360, and that's because it needs to do that for transformation. Shoulders can do a full 360. Elbows can go around about that far, which is pretty good. That's all you need. Wrists can go in due to transformation, but there is no swivel. There is no wrist swivel. These skirts can lift up in order to allow more movement of the leg. You can go almost the full Van Damme. You can go all the way forward on that leg. And you can go just to there due to it catching on this little mustardy coloured plastic here. Knees bend can do just past 90 degrees. And the brilliant thing is about this figure is you have, due to transformation, some ankle tilts, which means you can get this guy in some pretty wicked poses. Let's talk about the sword. So the sword can fit into his hand. Fits very snugly and looks pretty awesome. His cannon, you can, and this is due to transformation, you can kind of fold it away. So if you don't want to have his cannon on display, you can kind of tuck it away and it fits on the back of the arm. I love the idea of Megatron having his cannon back in the movie universe. So that, to me, will be staying out. But it is a pretty awesome figure. I think this is the best offering we've had from the latest Transformers movie figure. The quality control on this is fantastic. The only bit of flappiness is this part here doesn't quite tab in, but it doesn't really matter. Arms are tight, all the joints are tight. I love the sculpt of the body and the face. This is my favourite design for Megatron, let alone the toy. I think this is a favourite movie design of Megatron, but also in turn I think this is the best movieverse toy that's been released so far, out of all the Transformers films, live action ones anyway. I love the ankle tilts. I think that's cool that they're there. And there is an upscale version which I've ordered, being done by Voyager. I think it's Voyager anyway. That should be here in the next week or so. So I'll be happy to do a video on that as well and let you know what the differences are. Criticisms: there's holes in the arms, which you don't really see and that don't really cause a problem unless you're posing like that, for example, and he's got a big gaping hole in the arm. But let's not forget this is a third-party figure. This is a retail release. Yeah, I absolutely adore this figure. Another criticism, maybe the cannon's fractionally too small, but it's not really a problem. It's got some really good light pop. Yeah, I'll try and get the... Here you go, so try and get a little bit of light piping on the guard for you, see? Can you see it there? So when the light catches his eyes, he looks pretty evil, doesn't he? Another quick point I wanted to make is that the head does not have a gimmick where his visor or his horns come down to give him his battle mask. Even though his horns are on the side of the head, they don't actually transform into the kind of more battle mask helmet, which is a shame really. I know the leader class does that really well. Maybe some third-party companies will do add-on kits where you can change the heads around. I don't know. So I'm going to do a couple of size comparisons. So here's Megatron next to Titan's Return Broadside. He is a fantastic figure. I might do a review on him a little bit later on. But as you can see, Voyager scale, near enough the same size. This dude's a little bit thicker, but that's due to design choices of the figure. Here he is next to Titan's Return Deluxe Windblade. I have done a review on her. As you can see, he towers over the little lady. And for no reason whatsoever, here he is next to Air Operations Specialist Ace McLeod. So I have not seen this figure in stock in Toys R Us, Smiths or Asda. The recommended retail price in the UK is $32.99. However, Argos, where I got this guy from, he is in stock and he is priced up at $23.99. So if you're looking for a bargain, if you're looking for this figure, you live in the UK, go on Argos online now and go and pick one up. I paid for mine at about 7 o'clock, 7:30. The day before I got this, and it was ready before 9 o'clock the following day to pick up, which is pretty cool. So I picked him up before work. I think this is one of the best movie toys I own. I think it's one of my favourite toys this year, and I've bought a lot this year. I'm absolutely in love with this toy, and I think it's brilliant. So I'm going to give it a strong 8-9 out of 10. For the robot mode, which is what I'll display it in, and the posability and everything like that. I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for vehicle mode, but he's not going to be sitting in that much for me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this really quick review. As I say, I'm sorry about the lighting. It's just the room that I'm in and all the boxes are piled up in front of the window. I've been Zork Rider, this has been The Last Night Megatron, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.